What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Necesse. And we are, or at least I am, getting ready to go straight over to this Void Wizard and give that a go, along with the settlers. I'm confident we have plenty, as you can see, 100 potions, easy there, health potions. As long as they're not going to die, we're good. Also, I can give them some teleport scrolls so they can leave if they need to. So what I need to do is gather everyone, make sure they have food and potions and buffs in their raid inventory, and then we can make our way over to the Void dungeon. Almost there. You can see everybody following in behind. I have noticed that if I go too fast, sometimes I do leave them behind, especially if we've just loaded into the map, so I do keep slowing down to make sure everybody catches up. But we are at the dungeon now, and of course getting to the next floor is reasonably easy. You just go straight up, we've already been, and the steps are there. But I thought I'd try out, just having a look about. Be careful though, because as you can see, them traps will immediately be activated by your people, which is why earlier I said, or in an earlier episode I said, don't do what I'm doing now, because if you do, you'll find that they'll walk over the traps a lot. Now, there is so much damage coming out from the team, it doesn't actually matter. What I'm actually doing is, as you can see, I'm just walking and putting torches down, and as soon as I see a trap, I am breaking either the platform that activates the trap or destroying the trap itself. Both ways work. You can see that this group that I've got my settlers with me is making short work of everything and anything that actually comes into view. Now, I know that I need to go over to the left because you can see the way down is there, so I can dig it. Why not? Open it up here, and straight away your settlers will just go through and immediately go into attack mode. They are not shy, that's for sure. They don't mind fighting one bit. So we'll break that as well. Again, chests are good to break because you get free loots, so why not? Void shards are always welcome because they're our next sort of tier for the armors and things that we're using. And there is the stairs to get to the actual boss himself. So if we're ready, I'm buffing up myself there. Pressing B activates all the ones you've got on you. I have got, as you can see there, set. It's always used as a buff policy so that everybody can eat, drink, and use potions as soon as they run out on the timer. Battle potion there as well, and some attack speed potions. Still got plenty of food, so let's go for it. In here, again, these statue type, you saw that blocked that, so you do need to be wary of those, and I'm hoping to make life easier I can stop that. Now me, I'm always the one under target, so I'm the one that has to keep dodging all of these ridiculous attacks, and you leave your settlers to just hammer on the boss. And it seems to work nicely. As you can see, they're coming in. Now, they will hit the settlers, but they're hitting the settlers based on the fact that the settlers are getting in between myself and the boss. The boss itself is already down to 50% and dropping rapidly because, of course, the melee guys have got in there. And they hurt, but I'm going to say it's done and dusted. GG, the Void Wizard has been defeated, and that's yet another quest done as well. And yeah, that noise means you can't break it. I'm not sure if that's a never break it, or if it's just with the pickaxe I'm using is not good enough. But everything in this room is blocked from being broken with this pickaxe. To be honest, other than the actual light sources, nothing else is a problem. So if I could get rid of them light sources at the very least, then I would be happy, because I would be able to do a lot more damage with a bow or a staff of some description. GG, let's get back home. And arriving home means we can let everybody go about their ways, doing whatever it is that they wish to do. We have a quest to hand in, but we also have a crap ton of stuff, even some new stuff, that we need to sort through and establish what it is and what we can gain from it. Now, anything that I need to look at to see if it turns into anything else or if it's good in the state that it's in, I will, of course, put to one side. Everything else will just go in the dump chest for them to sort out when they wake up the next day. So what do we actually get? We've got a boomerang there, a torch pet, a trinket, a couple of trinkets maybe. No, 1 trinket and enchanted scroll, empty pendant, permanently increase trinkets to 5. That's huge. There we go. An additional trinket slot is exactly what we need. And then there is a trinket that gives us an extra summon, so perfect again. So we can now have 4 minions. And we can upgrade that to a Hysteria tablet at a later date to give us an additional minion. So that's definitely probably our favourite item so far, because after all, that's what we're here for, to play with the minions. Magic still summons a walking torch. It's a pet. It just follows you around and lights things up. It's slightly better than the item, the trinket that lights up the area. But other than that, it doesn't really do much. If anything, it annoys me more than it's useful. Now, of course, that's the new weapon, but we do have a quest to hand in, and of course, after that, another one to get. So now we need to deliver the slimy launcher dropped from swamp shooters. So we need to find a swamp to do that quest. And then this is the new weapon. And it's a boomerang. A dark boomerang. What's that, about 117, 120 DPS on its own? So not really a significant improvement. And it can't be upgraded. Trying out the dark lightning hammer as well. Obviously it has a range. It's pushing about 150, 100 to 150 DPS depending on whether it's in melee or ranged mode. Of course, ranged mode does hit multiple targets, so that's quite significant for a group of enemies. And I have a crap ton of cows now, right? You can see there is a lot of cows there. So continuing to explore now, we're going to go and check out the desert biome. This is where you get your first mount from, I would imagine, which is that ostrich looking thing there. I don't use it personally, but you can if you want. I always forget to press the button, which is default F, I believe. Yeah, I'm looking for 2 things. The settlement to see if there's anything useful to take. The actual cave is what I'm here for. And of course, this is where the next boss, as to my knowledge anyway, is that we fight. And I believe it is the last boss to fight that then takes you into hard mode. And it's the vulture looking thing. So we can, with the dark pickaxe, mine sandstone now, which is useful. We also have some bombs available to do whatever it is that we need to do quickly. I don't have a splunking potion to find the stuff, but I'm actually here for the... And I'm not pulling that trigger because it will set off that bomb straight away. I'm not doing that. I would instantly die. I will, however, pick them up. As you can see, with my 4 minion snowmen around, nothing bothers me too much because it's all getting attacked now. They are pretty tough here, so they don't die that quick by the minions, but still. And the ghosts go through walls, right? But the snowmen don't mess about. Right, let's see if we can get some decent resources from here. I'm after the blue ore and gold mainly. Iron I will accept, but at this point I'm really thinking that that's a bit of a waste of time. And yes, I do have a splunk potion. So I lied at the start. Apologies. So now we're heading for anything that looks like it's a decent size. I won't use a bomb until it's a decent size vein to actually mine. But there are so many mobs here and my health ain't going up anytime soon. And then coming back because we are interrupted by yet another raid. And there it is. So we've got a raid coming in from the southwest now on our settlement. So we need to get back to that. Now you do get a bit of time. So we'll continue throwing the odd bomb here and there. Not a bad resource gathering though. And plenty of sandstone to go at it. Hopefully sandstone's useful for something. The minions, the mobs, there really is a high spawn rate on the desert area. Clearly, because it's just never ending. As you can see, it's just starting to kill them off like so, and then straight away from the other side, more coming in. And as you kill those off, then something else coming in from the top. So it is never ending, and I think we just need to get out of here and get to the raid. So seems to take him forever, and like I said, you do have plenty of time when it says that they're coming in. I'm not sure if it's different every time, but it does seem to take a while. So instead, I'll do what I do best, and we'll wait on the coast for them, because while they're on boats, it's a lot easier to hit them, and they're a lot more likely to not be able to dodge our incoming attacks. So let's just wait here until they actually engage. There we go. So you can see them coming in now from that top left, so northwest, right? Yeah, northwest. And yeah, there's not much to do while they're in the boats. As you can see, any of the melee champions will obviously be totally useless indeed. My minions have gone in deep there to attack, and we'll just have to wait for them to obviously move in on the coast. The idea here being, as soon as they land on the coast, I'm hoping my melee, there they go. So they will join in as well, and everybody will join in. So there is a lot of firepower going out here. Ness the Animal Keeper is arriving at New Harville. Pay attention to that, because that is what we've been after for a very, very long time. But before we deal with Ness, we need to deal with this raid. And it does send quite a lot. I mean, I've not really counted, but I would say it's a good 15 to 20 enemies per raid. It's significant, and their armor is increasing, and their weapons are increasing as we go. Luckily, we've got plenty of buffs, plenty of health potions, health pots, and plenty of armor to go around. I'm making sure to keep up with that. I do use these guys to fight bosses. You can fight the bosses solo, of course, but I like to do it as a group, which means then I have to put effort into kitting them out as well. Now, realistically, the potions and everything that they're using, technically they're making for me, because that's all automated. But there we go, the raid is complete, so let's get back to base after I've collected all of these goodies and see if Ness is still there waiting for us, and maybe, finally, we can get somebody looking at the animals. And there they are, patiently waiting at the temple. Will you join for nearly 600 gold? But yes, they will. So Ness has joined, and we now finally have our first animal keeper just in time, which means if we go there, you can see that husbandry is in fact unlocked for them. So I'll make that priority 1. That is all I want them to do, and effectively what they're going to be doing is killing the cows and sheep that are above the limits that I have set, milking the cows and shearing the sheep. That is their job. That's all they will do. They will also man the beehives if I have any, which I think I've got 1. So they will, yes, there's the beehive on the far left corner there. So they will also take the honey out of the beehives as well. A lot of items from the mining trip there, actually, that we got. Obviously, I didn't have a chance to look at that because we came straight home and straight into a raid. But a couple of items there that allow us to... We've got some rice seeds that I didn't know, so that's new. So I will replace one of the wheat fields for a rice field. For sure. We have a lot of seeds. Holy crap. Now, you can turn that into fertilizer, but I've got plenty of fertilizer as well. So I really need to get the pawnbroker to sell them. And be warned, the pawnbroker does not give the best prices, but for me, it's the ease of it that's the most important thing here. I'm going to have to sell him like probably 2,000 seeds, and I really don't care where I get more money from at this stage. Okay, so with the quartz that we've mined, we can make the next tier of armor that we can use, which is the quartz armor, and that is a summoning version of the armor. So it's an upgrade to the gold quite significantly in terms of defense, but it also allows us to have the same amount of minions. So that is definitely what I would say is worth it. Also, as an extra caveat to that armor's bonus, if you take damage, you get a huge speed buff as well to allow you to run away. Looking at the crafting, you can see there is a lot of ivory stuff there. I'm not sure what's next, actually. I think ivory from the swamp is likely to be the next thing. But quartz is going to work for us. And annoyingly, there is no quartz sword. The standard sword. There's a great sword and a magic weapon, as you can see there, that I've just purchased. I haven't purchased it, I crafted it. Same thing. Anyway, but there is no sword. Now, I'm probably going to get rid of the sword anyway, just because I'm not built to be in melee range. So this is the quartz item It is sucking dry the mana though, so it's very expensive to use. And obviously getting my minions up there as well. We're doing about 200 or so, just over 200 DPS, so reasonable. Certainly not a massive gain from what we previously had. I'd like at some point to see an actual like jump to like 500 DPS or something cool like that. Spare armor goes into the armor chest, and of course any of the settlers that require an upgrade will come and snatch that as soon as possible. And with them few bits and bobs sorted out, I have come back to the Void boss again, the Void Wizard boss, with the whole entire group, just to make light work of it. I did try it on my own, and I got it down to about 15%, I think it was, maybe 20%, and I died. So yeah, I don't want to be having to come here to die to then have to come all the way back. It seems like a waste of time. There he is. He doesn't engage until you actually attack him, so that's good to know. And I'm trying out this new weapon now, which of course is the quartz weapon that I made. Unfortunately though, it is still blocked by these silly candlestick things, which I can't do anything about. Luckily, as you just saw there, the settlers absolutely annihilated them. So I spawned another one. So we're now going for our second of the episode so far, or at least the episode, it might have been the third. Anyway, you can see it concentrates his abilities on me and me alone. So as long as I run around and don't die, there isn't too much of an issue. And there we go, that's 2 Void Wizards down, and now a third. It really is expensive to use his staff. It doesn't do amazing damage either. I'm not convinced it's the weapon for me. I think I prefer just using a bow and arrow, as long as we can get a decent velocity on the bows so that I can get a decent attack speed there as well. And there you go. Third and final one dead. I'd say that was successful, so now we can teleport straight back home and store the bits that we need to store. Not sure we can get any upgrades out of this, because really we're onto the quartz now, which is the desert biome and the desert boss, but it's always good to have plenty of void crystals. So with all the inventories sorted and items collected, in the boss section here we have an ancient statue. This is for the next boss in the run, which is the desert boss. On the surface of the desert biome summons the vulture, and this should push us to our next level. So I'm going to get all of the goods together and make sure we go over there once again as a group, because I do feel a lot more confident with the group, especially when they can continue to do damage when I run around like an idiot. So that makes sense. Just dot my I's, crossing my T's to make sure everything I have is enchanted to the best of its ability for using. That is the Void Staff there. Really fast attack speed, though it does drain the mana significantly quick. It's certainly better than that quartz one I had previously, so it's a definite upgrade on there. Make sure I've got mana regen to help with that, and mana pots to increase the amount of mana that we can actually use and the damage that we push out. And then we'll make our way over to the boss. And here we go, arriving at the biome. We just need to get onto the surface now and get this boss summoned and see what happens. But we are going to do that in the next episode because we are at time. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome as always. Subscribe for more. Join us on Discord. Take care. Goodbye.